Hello guys, welcome to another one of my Battle Breakers videos. In this video I'm gonna be talking about the HSL tactical crazy bot that we have in the game. One of the most advanced heroes you can buy. It is a new assault bot hero that we got right before version 1.81.1 of the Battle Breakers game. It has some really crazy and fun, interesting options, and many already talk about, is this the new craziest archer that we have in the game? Speaking of crazy, thank you guys so much for the crazy support you are showing me by using my supporter creator code in the Epic Games launcher and in the Battle Breakers game. Remember that on some devices you can change your supporter creator code under the settings. A portion of sales goes to me when you use my supporter creator code or link. But anyway guys, here we have it, the new HSL assault bot. The default nature element version is an archer, the one that I have been seeing most chatter about because the skills of this hero make it sound really crazy, and it is arguably one of the best archers that we have in the game. An important thing to note about the HSL 9000 bot is that the different evolutions are different classes, they have different stat affinities and completely different abilities, so it really matters what you select. We have a Shadow Knight, we have a Knight, and we have an Archer. They have completely different roles in the game, different elements, different everything. So it is one of the heroes that you ultimately want to have 3 of for your monster pit. And like depending on what type of a hero you are needing in the game, that is the evolution you should be going with. Now the Archer is the version I'm going to be looking into. It has a special ability where it has a stance feature, meaning that when you activate it, you affect how the hero works. When you do that, this normal armor breaking that archers apply with their basic attack is tripled. This hero has a default 100% increase to this, so it is already affecting armor twice as much as other archers, but when it is in overdrive, it is tripling the effect, so it is removing a lot more armor from opponents than any other archer. When you look at its basic attack, you can see it fires 6 to 8 rounds for a low amount of attack points. It has a critical hit chance and a dodge chance, so a lot of people are talking about, will these many attacks make this hero crazy bonkers in terms of removing defense? We will dig more into that. The next evolution, the Annihilator, requires ceremonial armor for the update. It is a Shadow Knight, meaning that it will disable reflex attack when it basically attacks, so you won't be getting critical hits and double strikes and eviscerates from your opponent. It has a completely different opponent. It will basic attack damaging things in a line and load up a rocket and increasing the cooldown of the hero. This rocket is then applied when you use the special ability that deals a small amount of area damage, and it will do that once per turn for every loaded rocket, up to 8 rockets, so you can deal crazy area damage when you use this hero. You have a team dark hit point boost and a self boost as a commander, and it has double strike and eviscerate as its reflex attack. So a hero that works completely different, focusing more on area damage and dealing high amounts of damage, instead of the Archer that is focused more on dealing single target damage and breaking armor. The Knight version, the Juggernaut, also requires ceremonial armor. It has a rotating basic attack where it will deal many small attacks, one larger attack, it will shield up, it will repair itself. Its basic attack actually increases the row defense, so it makes your heroes less likely to die. And everything about this hero is really related to that. We have increased team defense with the team bot, and then we have a team assault bot as well that also increases attack points based on defense. It has critical hit and it has 2 chance to block and intercept. The special on the Knight is to repair itself for 94% of its defense and intercept, boost up whatever shielding option it has, so it is This is a tank more than anything else. So we have an archer, we have area damage, and we have a tank all in one hero. And like changing these is pretty costly due to the ceremonial armor. Like I showed you guys before, the tank even has a higher defense amount than the others. So completely different affinities for stats for every one of these. In my opinion, the Annihilator is probably the most fun, but I'm going to be looking into the Vindicator because there is a lot of chatter about how crazy is this hero as an archer. What does it mean that we are getting a higher amount of armor break? What does it mean if we use it in overdrive? How does this play out with the many different shots that it has when it just goes crazy? So I took it into 2211 in Forgotten Lands just to pit it out with Lady Sun in the group as well against water element heroes, tanks with a high amount of defense, just to find out how does it work. And the sad news is that armor breaking on basic attacks does not work like many of the comments I have read about it. When you basic attack with an archer, you apply armor breaking based on your attack, not based on every shot you fire, not based on like anything like that. It is based on what you actually have, and that is why one of the reasons Lady Sun is massively superior still to this HSL 9001A Vindicator. It is not a bad hero, it is one of the best archers we have in the game. In order to get the most out of it, you need to go in stance mode, overdrive, then you have a 2-turn cooldown, meaning that it won't be able to damage opponents every turn like what we can do with Lady Sun. When it is in overdrive and you deal armor breaking damage, you are dealing a lot of it, you're dealing 3 times as much, but then you go into a cooldown, making you unable to further decrease the armor of the opponent because you cannot stack attacks every turn onto the same target, not with the same hero anyway. That matters a lot, that you kind of need to swap targets or wait out turns because armor breaking only lasts a few turns. So one, yes, it works great, it deals more armor breaking than other archers, also more armor breaking than Lady Sun, like based on the class abilities. But because we need to wait turns and activate it first, it isn't as efficient. It will also not apply armor breaking for every attack, for every shot that it fires. It will apply armor breaking once per basic attack, so at best every other turn, where Lady Sun can actually do it every single turn, and she can like spray crazy to take out opponents every single turn. You can stack her special ability multiple times, allowing you to just take down things with crazy high damage attacks even when she is stunned or on a cooldown. That is not an option that we have with the HSL 9001A Vindicator. So is it a bad hero? No, not at all. It is a great hero. It deals absolutely insane amounts of armor breaking. You can pin down things like crazy with the many weak attacks that actually deal damage after your armor breaking. So you will armor break first up to 3 times of what other archers do, and then you will deal many low attack value attacks. And because you have broken the armor of the opponent like to a high degree based on these 300%, well 200% additional armor breaking, your 35% attacks are likely to deal a high amount of damage. So in terms of potential damage output, it is absolutely crazy. If you're up against insanely high defense opponents such as what we have here with the Cryosteel Golem, you're probably not going to be able to push through its defense unless you have other archers helping you out as well. Is it a good hero? Yes, it is. Is it the best hero in the freaking game? No, it is not. Is it better than Lady Sun? Not in any way. Can you use it as like your exclusive archer to win 2211 in the Forgotten Lands? Absolutely. I decided to try that out and it was possible, but it took me 15 minutes to take down Gabriel in the last room. In my opinion, guys, the HSL tactical crazy bot is monster pit fodder in this evolution. I do not have ceremonial armor enough to look into every evolution, but those are like my thoughts on the hero. For now, guys, thank you very much for watching.